Welcome back, listeners. I remain your host, Emmanuel, and it's another episode of the Peculiarstars Lifestyle Network. In today's episode, we will dive into the intriguing topic of the obsession for material possessions. I want you all to kindly drop your views, your experiences, and your thoughts about this topic in the comment section. In our crazy buy everything or anything possible society, going after material things is like the main event. From the newest gadget to fancy clothes, everyone is hooked on getting more stuff. But let's stop for a second and think, is this whole chase for material things a good one, or we are sliding into obsessions? So please let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. In today's world, people can get really into stuff like fancy gadgets, like smartphones, slick smartwatches, laptops, and all these smart home devices, and also stylish clothes, and always wanting the newest things. It's all about possessions, showing off, and keeping up with the latest trends. You see, having all this cool stuff can be awesome, no doubt. Who doesn't love a new gadget or a stylish clothes? Virtually everybody does. You see, it's cool to want nice things. There's nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing. When wanting turns into needing more and more and more, that's where it gets tricky. People often follow the crowd. If others are doing something, you want to do it too. Your friend gets a new Toyota SUV or a new phone, and suddenly you want one too. They rock designer clothes. You dream of looking just as successful and fashionable. We tend to judge our worth by comparing possessions. The saying now is to have more and the best of everything. And you see, marketers capitalize on this, pitching products we never thought we needed. Just search for a product online, and before you know it, the algorithm is bringing ads related to your search for you. So social media also fuels the desire with flashy vacation pictures and different photos from friends and maybe families. But you see, the question now is, does this make people truly happy? Sure, there's a short time joy in owning and using things, but in the long run it can weigh you down. You see, all these big houses, pricey cars, luxurious trips, designer clothes, they often lead to debt and a lot of stress. People work their whole lives chasing these things, missing out on family time and facing health issues. Just few people realize companies care more about profits than your well-being. I believe that people obsessed with material things don't know themselves. You see, the hardest thing to achieve in life is to be authentic, meaning that you know your likes and dislikes, you know what makes you happy. You live your life following your own desires and goals. You don't seek reassurance from anybody else, and you spend your limited time on earth doing the things you like and with people that matter. Most people think that the key to living a happy life is to be surrounded by friends. You see, the hard truth is that if you don't know how to be alone with yourself and get to know you, you will always be lonely with other people. One person can only have a few true friends that will take any chance for you. Everybody tries to fill their time buying material things just to make a statement, to impress other people, or buy a specific brand because it has good reviews. People tend to bully you if you don't have the latest fashionable object, and this starts right up from primary school. We grew up with the idea of what it means to belong, and we try very hard to belong to groups that don't really care about us as individuals. The truth is, a phone won't cure your loneliness, a TV won't make you learn more about the world, a fitness watch won't magically make you healthy. The best thing I learned early in life is that you matter first, and you must learn to spend time with yourself. Only by doing so you will learn how to be happy, because you will know what activities you like, who are the people with whom you like spending a vacation or a weekend, what is your true self. If a person comes to your house and criticize what material things you have in it, then the person is not worth of your time. So genuine people attract genuine people as well. Surround yourself with the things or people that make you happy, not the ones that fulfill society's expectations of you. So kindly share with us in the comments, how do you prioritize your own happiness over societal expectations and material possessions? You see, getting too obsessed with material things can mess things up big time. Money troubles hit fast because we are always after the latest and greatest. Trying to keep up with the ever-changing trends leaves us stuck in a loop of always wanting more. and never feeling satisfied. You see, companies won't stop to produce. You always need to be able to balance and be satisfied with whatever you have. And you see, it's not just about cash. Being super into material things can mess up relationships too. Always putting all these things ahead of friends, relationship, and family can make us feel all alone. Chasing after material success might make it look like we are happy, but deep down there might be bigger issues we are ignoring. Some guys, especially young people these days, are never satisfied with what they have. It's like the more you get, the more you want. Patience and working hard for things seems to be taking a backseat, and quick money becomes the goal for a lot of people now. They are in a rush to build houses, buy fancy cars, and pile up possessions in their 20s. I'm not saying having all these things are bad, but the question is, how are they getting it? Some end up scamming others just to feel happy about their achievements, and even after having it all, you wonder, does it really bring them true happiness? Some people get so obsessed with having cool stuff that they end up doing bad things like fraud or even hurting people. You see, some ladies also might feel pressure to impress their friends by buying expensive things like maybe ears, wigs, or gadgets like maybe iPhone and all those stuffs. All these expensive ear and wigs, expensive shoes and dresses, just to feel among us, they always say. This pressure can lead them to do things they might not be proud of, like getting into risky situations or even prostitution. It's a real problem, and we need to figure out how to deal with it. So what are your thoughts on this? I'd like to hear from you in the comments. We always need to find a balance. Enjoying nice things is fine, but we also need to keep it real. Mindful buying means making smart choices, knowing the value of what you already have, and asking ourselves if the next buy is really necessary or just a quick one. If you have a nice phone, for example, and it's working perfectly, you don't necessarily need to upgrade it, especially if you are not financially buoyant. Sometimes the differences in the features of your current gadget with the one you want to upgrade to might not even be that different. I know some people are of the opinion that it's a poverty mentality when you say all these things, but the problem is most times people that are obsessed are people that are still struggling financially. So what's the point of putting yourself into trouble? Being obsessed with material things on one hand might drive someone to work hard and achieve success, acquiring the possessions they desire. However, outcome of material obsessions can be financial strain. When you are constantly chasing possessions, it may lead to overspending, it can lead to debt and even financial instability. You see, this focus on material wealth can sometimes create a sense of emptiness or dissatisfaction, as possessions alone may not fulfill deeper emotional need. And even the pressure to maintain a certain lifestyle can result in anxiety and a fear of losing what has been acquired. That's why you see some people in this part of the world will say, I'm already using this brand, maybe a smartphone. Oh, I can't go back to that brand. It's important to consider this aspect when reflecting on the impact of material obsession. Please share with us in the comments what other outcomes of material obsessions come to your mind. Taking a moment to appreciate what you have got can help fight off material obsessions. Thinking about the joy from experiences and growing as a person can shift our focus from things to life's real treasures. There are some things that you can afford easily now, but sometimes ago you cannot afford to buy them. So this should tell you that life is in stages, and a time will also come when those things that you are eyeing, you'll be able to buy them, and it's not going to affect you in any way. You just need to give it time. And in the end, wanting all these beautiful fancy stuffs are normal, but you have got to be careful. Balancing the joy of having nice things with valuing the non-material part of life is the way to go for a happier and more down-to-earth existence in our world of endless stuffs. So please make sure to drop a comment on your thoughts about these widespread obsessions with material possessions. And that's all on today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to this channel. Bye for now.